Copenhagen is the capital city of Denmark, and can also be considered the primary city economically. Copenhagen has a strong commitment to green infrastructure and addressing climate change, which has benefited the city in how it has addressed its growth and investment. The city or municipality of Copenhagen has been greatly involved in global platforms such as C40 due to its endeavours to tackle climate change. The C40 platform has provided an example of a hybrid form of governance across cities. The level of involvement with these platforms could be said to have expanded the governance of Copenhagen, with a focus on governing by provision and self-governance. Information from the initiatives that Copenhagen has implemented is made available through this network to other cities, undoubtedly increasing their accountability and motivation to perform. Copenhagen, unlike Sydney, is able to use C40 as an indicator of collaborative performance as a city. The region of Øresund, or Greater Copenhagen, is the joint metropolitan area between the Danish capital region and the Swedish region of Skåne. The city currently brands itself as Greater Copenhagen, making moves to include the Swedish region of Skåne within their metropolitan region, increasing its size and economic potential. In 2007, Denmark underwent local government reform, which merged 271 municipalities and 13 counties into 5 regions. The Copenhagen metropolitan area is approximately 2,768 square kilometres, in comparison to the Copenhagen municipality of 86 square kilometres. Not unlike Sydney, the metropolitan area lacks a definite border. The Copenhagen municipality, however, covers a greater proportion of the metropolitan area than that of the city of Sydney, and also carries a greater proportion of the population. The municipality of Copenhagen could be considered a case study for a strong central municipality that maintains powerful global connections, as well as providing direction for the metropolitan region. A history of strong individual municipalities has instigated various implementations of metropolitan authority in Copenhagen, indicating that they have struggled with the governance of a large metropolitan area. Denmark underwent local government reform in 2007, reducing the number of municipalities in the country. The major structural change resulting from the reform was the redistribution of both all social services and regional responsibilities from the central government to the individual municipalities. This structure forces the collaboration of municipalities to resolve regional issues. As well as this inherent structural consequence, the central government provides grants for well-planned processes across government boundaries. After the 2007 reform, the state has taken over important countrywide decisions and reduced the intermediate regional power. The Copenhagen 2025 Climate Plan is a good example of how collaborative governance is made the focus of a citywide strategy. The demonstrated method of governance is described as triple helix, as it describes the collaboration between the government, foreign direct investment, clusters, and the various infrastructure within the city. The plan is also assisted by the implementation of various clusters, complex collaboration platforms which have a triple helix structure of members from companies, institutions, and authorities. In addition, all the individual municipalities each have local climate plans. This structure proves effective in gaining participation, as the city of Copenhagen has effectively assumed the role of a higher-tier government. The strength in the number of initiatives and partnerships that Copenhagen has established to achieve their goals has produced concrete results. Triple helix structures have brought together the metropolitan area of Copenhagen to collaborate effectively on a common goal. The City of Sydney could use Copenhagen as a model for creating initiatives that extend beyond its borders, with clusters and partnerships as a way to achieve their visionary goals. The Copenhagen Cleantech Cluster was established in 2009 as a new era of a more deliberate and ambitious green growth policy making and branding. Within the cluster, there are 11 core partners, being universities, technical advisors, an industry association, a business council, business links, and Copenhagen City. While the cluster is connected globally, other local initiatives are simultaneously operating with specific goals at a more local scale. These initiatives are supported by varying means, allowing different stakeholders to have a formal contribution to the strategies in place by the City of Copenhagen. The structure of governance in Copenhagen could be described as complex, including redundancies and yet highly organised. While not strictly tiered in respect to partnerships, both government reform and climate-related initiatives are organised by scale, with overlapping or cross-scale responsibilities, which encourage collaboration.